Hey you, I have a question for you. Do you drink coffee or do you drink tea? Oh, you drink tea? Oh, that's too bad. You're going to be learning about coffee today. Given that I have been drinking coffee for a while now, I never really took the time to understand the different types of coffee drinks or what made each one different. Then that thought made me think, where did coffee come from? How did we get to a time where it became a morning routine for most people around the world? If you stay till the end of the video, there's something extra special for you, depending on who you are. Are you allergic to peanuts by chance? Wait, what? Anyways, let's get started. First, we should be asking, what is coffee? And what is it made of? Well, coffee is made up of liquid that has been steeped through coffee beans. No duh, blonde. Of course it's a bean. Actually, a coffee bean is the seed of the ruby red cherry-like fruit produced by the coffee plant. Contrary to their name, they are not true beans, but rather the pit found inside the coffee cherry, typically with 2 seeds per fruit. They are then harvested, processed, dried, and roasted to produce coffee. Believe it or not, the discovery of coffee is a complete mystery, since there is no written documentation of who discovered the first coffee tree or made the first coffee drink. However, there are legends that tell the story of coffee's journey throughout the globe. It all starts in 9th century Ethiopia on the Ethiopian plateau, where a goat herder named Kaldi noticed his goats, who were usually calm and mild-mannered, were full of energy, frolicking through the fields after eating the cherries of a tree in the ancient coffee forests. Kaldi reports his discovery to an abbot of the local monastery, who struggled with staying awake during long hours of evening prayer. The abbot made a drink using the cherries and found that he had the energy to stay awake through the prayer. The abbot soon shared this new discovery with the monks at the monastery, which resulted in the knowledge moving east. Fast forward to the 15th and 16th centuries, culture around coffee begins to grow on the Arabian Peninsula for the first time ever. Growth began in present-day Yemen and gained popularity in present-day Iran, Egypt, Syria, and Turkey. I might butcher this, I'm so sorry. Kave Khane, or coffee houses, were popping up and spreading across present-day Middle East. At these coffee houses, people go to socialize, stay up to date on current events, play games, watch performances, and overall just hang out. I have always known that studying or working in a coffee shop has been a studious or social thing to do, but I never stopped to question where it came from or why it was like that in the first place. It all makes sense now. By the 17th century, coffee consumption spreads to Europe. Although it was slow going at first, not everyone wanted to embrace coffee immediately. Take Italy, for example. Oh, ew! What is this? It's coffee. Coffee? Did Satan himself make this? Well, I think you're overreacting. I find it quite delicious. You heretic. Put him in jail, where he belongs. Oh, man. And this sparked so much controversy, Pope Clement VIII was asked to intervene. All right, what's all the hubbub? This drink, this is the work of Satan himself, and that man, how dare he like it? What a bold claim. Let me try. The Pope liked it so much that he gave coffee papal approval. Now quit your crying and let that poor soul go. Outside of Italy and countries like London, Austria, France, Germany, and Holland, penny universities, which were Europe's version of coffee houses, acted as major social hubs like the ones in the Middle East. Question: what did Europe drink in the morning before the availability of coffee? Take a guess. That's right, alcohol. Nothing compares to a good brew first thing in the morning. And I'm not talking about coffee. Of course, alcohol does not make a good morning beverage, given that it makes you inebriated and makes it difficult to do things. Once coffee became widely available, people started drinking it and noticed they had more energy and a sense of alertness throughout their workday. As coffee spreads through Europe, the Dutch gets a hold of coffee tree seedlings from the Arabian Peninsula in the latter half of the 17th century. After failing to grow them in India, they succeeded in present-day Indonesia on the island of Java. Mocha coffee, which is Arabian coffee, was brought onto the island of Java and grew with Java coffee, creating the world's first coffee blend, Mocha Java, which is still enjoyed to this day. Wow! So cool to learn the origins of coffee. But how did it land in the Americas? Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. All it took was a brave soul to go on a horrific voyage and one really handsome guy. What? We're getting there. Entering the 18th century, where the mayor of Amsterdam presents a young coffee tree as a gift to King Louis XIV of France, who plants it in his royal garden of Paris. Then, and I might butcher this, Gabriel de Clou, a young naval officer, obtained a seedling from the king's tree and was thrusted onto a dangerous voyage with horrific weather, a pirate attack, and even someone tried to sabotage him by destroying the seedling. But somehow, despite all that, the seedling made it to Martinique, which is an island toward the eastern end of the Caribbean Sea. This seedling served as the parent of the first coffee trees throughout the Caribbean and South Central America. Remember when I mentioned the handsome guy? Well, this event occurs in France. During this time, global competition in the coffee trade was fierce, and France is not willing to share. The handsome guy in question is Francisco de Melo Pajeta. I hope I didn't butcher that. Who is a Portuguese military officer from Brazil sent to France to, you guessed it, obtain coffee seedlings. He was so handsome and charming that the French governor's wife gave him a bouquet with coffee tree seeds in it, despite France's unwillingness to share the profit. Sneaky, sneaky, Mrs. French Governor. And those seeds in Brazil have grown into the big billion-dollar industry it is today. Now that Central and South America have been covered, what's happening in North America? Did they just tax our tea? While coffee arrived in the New World in New York City, tea was still the favored drink, until King George III heavily taxed the tea. And then what happens after that? The Boston Tea Party. Not only did this completely change the course of history, but changed America's beverage preference to coffee. Oh, so that's why America runs on Dunkin'. I get it now. By the time the 19th century hit, coffee trees have been planted everywhere, from mountainous regions to luscious tropical forests. Some crops thrived while others did not. Regardless, coffee becomes established as one of the most profitable export crops, only second to crude oil. As we make our way to today, the way that we drink coffee has evolved and will continue to evolve. In the last 2 centuries, we have had 3 waves of evolution. The first wave happens when coffee hits grocery store shelves. This is due to industrialization paving the way to mass production, making it easier for people to have coffee in their own home. Very functional and very convenient. The second wave is the rise of coffee chains and brands. With these new chains and brands, new coffee culture began to form, allowing people to experiment with new types of coffee, coffee drinks, and coffee flavors. The third and final wave is the era of specialty drinks. Coffee drinkers start developing more sophisticated palates and look for more flavor profiles and try different roasts and brewing methods. This is also the era of ready-to-drink coffee, where convenience becomes everything. Think of today's grocery store shelves and how many Starbucks Frappuccino flavors you see in the glass bottles, or Stokes cold brew coffee, or any other brand that you see. Now that we went over the history of coffee, time to move on to different types of coffee. Let's start with all the different types of brew methods. The first method is drip coffee. Drip coffee is convenient and automated. This is the most common method people think of when someone says the word coffee. They think of the big machine with the big pot. Then you have espresso. This brew is bold and concentrated, made quickly by using high pressure to force hot water through fine ground coffee in about 20 to 30 seconds and results in a liquid with 2 layers, the crema and the liquid. This is used to make many popular coffee drinks such as cappuccinos and lattes. I like this method. I make a lot of lattes with this method. The next method is cold brew, which provides a refreshing and mellow flavor. It uses room temperature water or cooler water and takes longer to brew. Then there's the French press, which makes a simple yet flavorful coffee. As the name entails, it involves using the French press. The last brewing method is the pour-over method, which is more handcrafted and customizable. It is the manual method of pouring water over coffee grounds into a filter. This method is excellent for coffee lovers who want more control over the brewing process. Now this is the part I was really looking forward to understanding, the types of coffee drinks. If you're the type to go to a coffee shop, look at the menu all clueless like, but you're too nervous to ask the barista about it, then this is for you. First, you have black coffee, which is just coffee. Lattes are made of espresso and steamed milk. A cappuccino is espresso, steamed milk, and foam. An Americano is espresso and hot water. Espresso is just 1 ounce of espresso. A doppio is 2 ounces of espresso. A cortado is 1 ounce of espresso and 1 ounce of steamed milk. A red eye is coffee and espresso. Galao is espresso and foamed milk. A lungo is long pulled espresso, which means there is a longer pull time due to more water than coffee. A macchiato is 1 espresso shot and foam. A mocha consists of espresso, chocolate, and steamed milk. A ristretto is short pulled espresso, which uses less water and has a shorter pull time compared to the lungo. A flat white is half espresso and half steamed milk. An affogato is espresso and ice cream. Café au latte is coffee and steamed milk. I definitely butchered that. And lastly, the Irish is made of coffee, whiskey, sugar, and cream. Did you get all that? No? That's okay, I'm probably not going to remember this either. Congratulations! You made it to the end of the video. And for that, I have something for you. Remember how I asked if you were allergic to peanuts? Would you like an iced peanut butter latte recipe? Oh, I'm actually allergic to peanuts. Yeah, and I don't like coffee. No one asked you. You can use a different ingredient, probably. Maybe. Or you can just take this as a base latte. Whatever you'd like. Now, I don't have an espresso machine, so I like to use instant espresso and hot water. You will benefit from having a hand frother, though. It's very handy. First, grab your glass, espresso, and peanut butter. This is important. Your peanut butter must be runny, so make sure you microwave your peanut butter if it's not runny. Put 2 spoonfuls of instant espresso in your glass, followed by at least a hefty spoonful of peanut butter. Using a kettle, boil some hot water and pour a little bit into your glass up to about here. Then, take your frother and mix it all up. Once it's fully mixed, take some ice cubes and throw them on in there. Now that you have your ice and peanut butter espresso in there, pick your preferred dairy and pour it in. I like to use lactose-free milk and a little bit of creamer to thicken it up and sweeten it. Finally, put your straw in, mix, and you're ready to enjoy your latte. Whether you enjoy coffee, tea, the most diabolical concoction known to man, or none of the above, I hope you enjoyed this video and that you learned something. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me yap. Make sure to like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.